You're standing at the grocery store checkout. The total flashes on the screen, and suddenly your heart skips a beat. You thought you were keeping track, but somehow the number is way higher than you expected. That sinking feeling of where did the money go creeps in again. Moms juggle so much: school runs, meals, bills, unexpected doctor visits, and 100 little expenses that pop up without warning. It feels like money is slipping through your fingers no matter how hard you try. You've downloaded apps, tried spreadsheets, but they just make things more complicated. Sometimes it feels like budgeting isn't made for real moms with real lives. You're not alone in feeling this way. So many moms secretly feel guilty or frustrated because no matter what system they try, nothing sticks. The truth is, budgeting isn't about being perfect. It's about finding what actually works for your life. And right now, you need something simple, flexible, and stress-free. But what if I told you there's another way? A way to budget that doesn't involve spreadsheets, complicated math, or guilt every time you swipe your card. Imagine feeling calm and confident, knowing exactly where your money is going without stress. Yes, it really can be that easy. Budgeting doesn't have to look like a math class. Today, I'll show you how to budget the easy way: no spreadsheets, no stress. Hi, I'm Betty, your mom next door. Welcome to Budget Betty, where we share real tips, real moms, real savings. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our weekly mom-friendly money tips. This video is for educational purposes only. Always adjust to what works best for your family. In this video, you'll get step-by-step mom-tested budgeting hacks that are visual, simple, and totally doable. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's get started with no spreadsheet, no problem. How moms can budget the easy way. Budgeting isn't really about crunching numbers. It's about knowing where you're going. Think of it like planning a family road trip. You don't have to figure out every little detail, but you do need a clear direction. Without it, you could end up driving in circles, wasting time and gas. On a road trip, you don't stress about every gas stop. You just need to know the general path. Your budget works the same way. It's less about tracking every single penny and more about pointing your money in the right direction. That way, you enjoy the ride instead of stressing over the math. Think about your starting point as your home, your current income and situation, and your destination. That's your goals, maybe paying off debt, saving for a vacation, or building an emergency fund. The road signs you see along the way are your expenses, reminding you where the money goes. It's all about keeping your journey on track. So remember, budgeting isn't about spreadsheets or complicated math. It's about making sure your money is headed where you want it to go. When you think of it as a map, it feels less like homework and more like an adventure. And that's what makes it doable for moms every day. Think of your money like a kitchen sink. The faucet is your paycheck, pouring water in. The drain is your bills, pulling water out. And sometimes, there are sneaky little leaks like impulse buys that quietly waste your money without you realizing. When you watch the flow of water, you can see exactly where it goes. It's the same with your money. Seeing what comes in and what goes out makes everything easier. Instead of being surprised, you'll feel more in control. That awareness is more powerful than any spreadsheet. Leaks might look small, but they add up. Little things like extra snacks, unused subscriptions, or impulse online shopping can quietly drain your sink. Once you notice them, you can plug those leaks. That's how you keep more of your water in your money where it belongs. So remember, you don't need complicated tools. Just watch your faucet, your drain, and the leaks. With that simple awareness, you'll feel more confident and free. Budgeting doesn't have to be a chore. It can be an easy way to take charge of your money. Welcome to the 3-bucket method, an easy way to budget without the headache. Instead of juggling complicated spreadsheets, just imagine 3 big storage bins in your garage. One is for the things you absolutely need, one is for the little joys you want, and the last one is for your future. Simple, right? Just 3 bins, no chaos. Let's start with the first bucket, needs. This is where your essentials go, things like groceries, rent, electricity, and school supplies. These are the things your family can't live without, so they get priority. Think of this bucket as the foundation of your financial home. The second bucket is for wants. These are the things that bring joy, like movie nights, a new pair of shoes, or your favorite coffee treat. It's not about cutting them out completely, but about giving them a special place in your budget. This bucket makes sure life still feels fun and rewarding. Finally, the third bucket is your future. This is for savings, investments, and goals like vacations or college funds. Every dollar you set aside here is like planting a seed for tomorrow's happiness. This bucket makes sure you're not just living for today, but building a better future for your family. Let's be honest, moms, we can't take everything with us in life, just like we can't pack everything into a suitcase. Think about planning a family trip. The suitcase has limits. You wouldn't leave out the toothbrush or clothes, right? Essentials always go first, then the extras only if there's space. That's the same way budgeting works. Needs like groceries, rent, and school costs are like your toothbrush and clothes. They go in first, no questions asked. Once those are packed, then you can see what extras fit. Now, the nice-to-haves like a new toy, a coffee out, or movie tickets are like those extra shoes or gadgets. They're fun and exciting, but they only go in if there's still room. No stress if they don't fit because the trip still happens. Your family still has what it needs to thrive. When you separate essentials from extras, guilt melts away. You know the most important things are always taken care of. And if the fun stuff fits, it's just a bonus. That's how moms can budget with confidence, no spreadsheets required. Life is full of surprises, right? Just when you think you've got everything under control, the car breaks down or the kids need new shoes. That's why having a little cushion can make all the difference. Think of it like giving yourself some breathing room when life feels overwhelming. Think of budgeting like baking cookies. Sometimes you pull out a tray and realize they've burned. But if you've got extra dough in the fridge, it's no big deal, you just bake another batch. Having that backup makes mistakes easier to handle. The same goes for money. When you set aside even a small amount, it gives you the freedom to bounce back when something unexpected happens. Instead of panicking, you can simply reach into your extra dough and keep going. It's like having a safety net built right into your budget. Even setting aside just $20 a week adds up over time. It may not feel like much at first, but slowly it grows into something that can save you a lot of stress later. Planning for surprises doesn't mean expecting the worst, it means giving yourself peace of mind. And that's a gift every mom deserves. Budgeting doesn't have to feel like a chore, it can actually be a family team effort. Think of it like a team sport, where every player has a role to play, no matter how small. When everyone feels included, even kids, it becomes less about restriction and more about teamwork. This way, budgeting turns into something that strengthens the whole family bond. Kids can learn so much just by being included in small ways. Maybe they help put coins into a piggy bank or decide which snack to save for later. These tiny moments teach responsibility without it feeling like a lesson. It's like sneaking vegetables into their favorite meal. It's good for them, and they barely notice. Parents also play a huge role by leading with examples. When kids see mom and dad setting priorities and sticking to the plan, they naturally follow. It's like being the captain of the ship. You steer the way, and the crew trusts you to guide them safely. Leading by example makes the journey smoother for everyone. When the whole family feels involved, budgeting stops being a burden and turns into something everyone owns together. It's no longer about can't have this, but we're choosing this instead. That shift makes money conversations lighter and more positive. And honestly, it makes the family feel more like a winning team. Sometimes money feels like a puzzle with missing pieces. You know it's important, but it can feel messy and overwhelming when it's all in your head. That's why making things visual changes everything. Just like a family calendar on the fridge keeps everyone on track, money can feel simpler when we see it clearly. Think of money like jars on the counter. One jar is for needs, one for wants, and one for the future. When you can see your money sorted this way, it doesn't feel abstract anymore, it feels real, like you're choosing where each dollar goes. This simple visual trick makes money easier to manage. Some moms like using a magnet board on the fridge instead. Every expense is a little magnet, and you can move them around to see where things fit best. It's like a family game, but instead of points, you're earning peace of mind. The more you see it, the more control and calm you feel. The big takeaway is this: When money is something you can actually see, it becomes less scary. It's no longer this invisible stress. It's just a set of choices you can manage step by step. Simple tools like jars or boards can turn stress into confidence. When you see it, you can believe you've got this. Let's do a quick recap. Budgeting isn't math, it's your map. Know the flow of your income, expenses, and leaks. Use 3 buckets, prioritize your needs, and prepare for surprises. And most importantly, involve your family and keep it visual. You don't need to be a spreadsheet queen to be in control. You just need simple, clear steps that fit your real life as a mom. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and share this with another mom who could use some budgeting relief. I'd love to hear in the comments, what's your biggest budgeting struggle right now? This is Budget Betty, real tips, real moms, real savings. Thanks for spending this time with me. Remember, you're doing better than you think. See you in the next video.